game.
Alex Eala has done it again. The Filipina star just knocked out Elina Svitolina 6-3, 6-4 to book her spot in the Berlin Open semifinals, and this one means even more than the scoreline suggests. It's her second top 10 scalp of the week, and it sends her into the biggest grass court semifinal of her entire career. For a player who's been climbing steadily on the back of grit and big match composure, this is exactly the kind of result that turns heads. Eala couldn't hide her excitement once the match was done. Standing on court, she made sure to thank the Berlin crowd before anything else, and her post-match interviews said it all about where her head's at right now. "I think I'm getting better. I hope I'm getting better," Eala said. Of course, being exposed to this kind of level more often really pushes you to your limits and forces you to showcase what you've got. Some weeks are better than others, and I'm really enjoying this week. So thank you everyone for coming along for the ride. I can't believe it. I'm in shock right now. Thank you, everybody. She didn't stop there either. Eala took a moment to speak about her opponent, and the respect in her voice was obvious. "Elina is a huge fighter. I've seen it many times," she said. "I've been watching her since I was a kid, so to be able to compete with her today is such an honor. I really admire her. She's a mother, and I find her to act with such elegance and strength. I'm really lucky to have had this match today. This was actually the first time these two had ever faced off, and Eala made sure her first impression counted. Looking at the numbers, it wasn't a flawless match by any means, but it was a smart and composed one. Eala landed only 3 aces to Svitolina's 4, and her first serve percentage sat lower too, just 59% compared to Svitolina's 73. But here's where it flipped in her favor. Eala won 79% of points behind her first serve and an impressive 44% on her second. Numbers that show she found a way to make every look count, even when her serve wasn't firing on all cylinders. She also converted 5 of her 10 breakpoint chances, more than enough to seal the deal in 2 sets. Tennis Channel had former world number 1 Tracy Austin breaking down the win in real time, and she didn't hold back on the praise. "She has been so sturdy mentally. There were some ebbs and flows in that. It could have gotten away from her," Austin said. "But what an impressive last game. Down love 30 and somehow found a way. Served well. Did just enough variation with her serve, with her spins driving the ball to make Svitolina feel uncomfortable." Austin also pointed to the error count as the real story of the match. Svitolina racked up 23 unforced errors, while Eala kept things remarkably tidy with just 9. That kind of discipline against a player of Svitolina's caliber doesn't happen by accident. It's a sign of how locked in Eala was from start to finish. This win follows the same pattern we saw earlier in the tournament when Eala took down Elena Rybakina in the second round. 2 top 10 names in 1 week on grass is no small feat, and it's a clear signal that her game is rounding into peak form at exactly the right time. But there's no time to celebrate just yet, because the road only gets tougher from here. Up next for Eala is a semifinal clash against Czechia's Linda Noskova, and this one comes with a complicated history attached. Eala's record against Czech players has been a genuine thorn in her side over the years, sitting at just 1 win and 12 losses heading into this match. She's dropped matches to players like Teresa Martinkova, Marie Buzkova, Katerina Siniakova, Barbara Krejcikova, Marketa Vondrasova, and Teresa Valentova, just to name a few. Her lone win over a Czech opponent only came recently at the Birmingham Open final, where she battled through a tight 3-setter. And Noskova specifically has been a tough matchup. The two have met once before, back at Indian Wells, and it didn't go Eala's way at all, a straight sets defeat where she managed to win just 2 games total. It's the kind of result that sticks with a player, and Eala knows it. She's a big hitter, she's young, but she has a lot of experience and is very powerful, Eala said of Noskova. "My last match with her proved to be very difficult for me. So coming into the semifinals, I hope to prepare and make some improvements and show what I've got." That mindset, owning the past result instead of running from it, has been a hallmark of Eala's run this week. She's not pretending the history doesn't exist. She's using it as fuel heading into Saturday. Eala and Noskova will face off in the Berlin Open semifinal on Saturday, June 20th, with a final spot on the line. Whoever comes out on top will face the winner of Elina Sabalenka and Jessica Pegula in Sunday's championship match, a final that could see Eala competing for one of the biggest titles of her career if she can finally turn the tide against a Czech opponent on the big stage. For a player who's already taken down 2 top 10 names this week, on grass, nothing about this run should be underestimated anymore. The question now is whether she can break her Czech curse at the perfect moment with a maiden grass court final waiting.